We've got a big topic for today: health insurance. Is health insurance the reason that you feel stuck in your corporate job? Well, guess what? You've got options, and today I'm going to tell you what they are. Now, those of you who follow me know that I have been doing a lot of research in how to best help people transition away from their corporate or 9-to-5 job, and there is no question that health insurance is a huge factor in all of it. But if you are looking for ways to help you transition away from the 9-to-5 and ditch the corporate job, then I do invite you to subscribe, because not only am I going to try to help you solve the health insurance piece, I have a lot of other information that can help you as well. So please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. Today, we are talking about health insurance options for those of you who want to ditch the 9-to-5 corporate grind and turn your dream life into your real life. My name is Heather, and I am here to help you do that, and I know how to do it because I've done it for myself. And healthcare has been an issue that I have had to analyze, look at the options, and figure out what is best for me. So in this video, you will learn all the options that are available to you. And be sure to stay tuned, because there are some toward the end that maybe are a little bit off the beaten path. Now, first off, I do think it's important to point out that everybody's health insurance needs are different. What I need might be different from what you need. It depends on how healthy you are, how old you are, and even what health issues you think might hit you in the future. So all of those factors go into choosing which of these options might be best for you. The answer is going to be different for everybody. And in different parts of my life, I have chosen to go with different options that were available. So because this video is focused on people who are trying to leave their corporate job in order to either semi-retire, fully retire, or transition into something else that might not offer health insurance, let's start with the most obvious choice, which is Cobra insurance. And basically what that is usually in today's world, and I don't really understand how it actually came to be this way, but most employers do pay for some or all of your health insurance plan. Now, a lot of them divide it up 50-50, some people pay 100%, but if you are getting health insurance through your current employer, your employer is likely paying a large chunk of the monthly premium. So what does Cobra do? Cobra was put in place to give people 18 months from the time they leave a job, and that doesn't matter if you're fired or if you quit on your own. You have 18 months to pick up that same insurance policy. So the cost of that policy will be whatever portion your employer was paying plus the portion you were paying. So it will likely be more expensive than you are paying on your own right now by getting health insurance through your employer. However, it could be a very good option. Number one, it's for 18 months. So that'll give you a lot of transition time to figure out if either you're going to get a different type of job with different insurance, or if you are eventually going to have to get your own separate insurance policy. Usually corporate insurance policies are quite expensive, and Cobra by extension could be quite expensive. However, it will be the same policy that you are used to. So if you have health issues and if you are currently undergoing some sort of treatment, then sticking with Cobra might be the best choice for you, and it will give you about 18 months to decide what you want to do at that point. This is another good option for those of you who are getting closer within 18 months of Medicare age. This could be a very good way to bridge the gap of health insurance. Now, like I said, Cobra extends for 18 months. There have been some extensions because of COVID and all kinds of things. I'm not talking about that. I am just talking about the general rules of Cobra. It is for 18 months. Now, I have used Cobra in the past, transitioning from one job to another, and it actually worked really, really well. I was able to be very consistent with my healthcare providers, and there was really no change. So for me at that time, that was a very good choice. So if your window of I don't know what I'm going to do for health insurance is only about 18 months, Cobra might be a good choice for you. Okay, so then what do you want to do? If you don't want to do Cobra, or if you're at the end of your 18 months of Cobra, then you really do need to decide, what are you going to do for yourself? you can go to what is called the marketplace, used to be called Obamacare. A lot of people still call it Obamacare. And there are a number of plans that you can choose from. Now, the marketplace might be a good choice for some of you, and it might not be a good choice for others of you. The amount that you pay for your health insurance through the marketplace is directly related to how much money you earn. So if you are a high earner, uh, you're going to pay a lot. It's very expensive if you make a lot of money. What that has caused people to do, and in my personal opinion, it is unfortunate that a lot of people leaving the corporate world, trying to start on their own, they might have some investments that are doing well and they're actually making decent money and would be able to do so. But now they're put in a position where the only way they can get affordable Obamacare is to show that they earn less money. So it's actually an incentive for people to make less money, which I am never a fan of. But that is the marketplace as it stands today. It used to be that health insurance was a federal requirement. My understanding is that went away in 2019, although many states still do require it. So you would have to look at your state to see if health insurance is in fact required for you, and if it is, the marketplace might be a good choice for you. So I mentioned earlier that I've been doing research to see the best way that I can help people, what kind of information I can provide, what kind of content I can provide to help people who really feel trapped in their corporate jobs and they're looking for an alternative. They're looking for a way out. They're looking to either transition to retirement or get into something else that is a lot more fulfilling, but maybe doesn't have the big benefits of a big corporate job. And I've put out a number of feelers and a lot of questionnaires, and I have been stunned that overwhelmingly the answer to the question, why are you still stuck in your job, is healthcare insurance. By far, I'd say 90%. That's what people are saying. So I am curious, is that true for you? Is the reason you're stuck in your job health insurance? Or is it something else? I would love to know the answer. Please put that in the comments below. Okay, so maybe the marketplace isn't right for you. You can always go out and buy your own private insurance policy from any of the big ones, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Cigna, Aetna, you name it, you can go buy a policy. Now, there are positives and negatives associated with that, of course. The first being is those plans tend to be very expensive, often even more expensive than what you would get at the marketplace. But they also usually offer better coverage, larger networks of physicians, sometimes better pharmacy benefits. So, all of those benefits are going to come with a price tag. Now, with these private policies, you can get a high deductible policy, which that means your monthly premium would be lower, but your deductible is going to be like $10,000, which a lot of people choose to do. You can also get what some people call a catastrophic policy, and that's where you have a very large deductible and you really only use it if something major happens to you. Those deductibles can be $25,000, and when people have those type of catastrophic policies, then they pay out of pocket for sort of the smaller healthcare things that could come up. Now, one thing that I did notice is that the older you get, the harder it is to get a catastrophic policy. I didn't think I was that old, but I've actually been turned down a couple of times for a catastrophic policy simply because of my age. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So if you're looking for a catastrophic policy, you probably can't be old. Trust me, I know. Now, this next option is something that a lot of people choose to do, particularly when they're doing this transition from a corporate job to something a little bit more fulfilling, and that is what is called health share. Now, it's not actually insurance, although most people refer to it as health share insurance. Health share is a very different animal than health insurance, and it is not regulated the same way health insurance is. I do have another video up here that I put out a few years ago. It's still relevant, and it goes into great detail about health share. But in a nutshell, what it is Usually it's religious organizations or religiously based, and they do ask that your religious values align with theirs. And it's basically all the members pool money together to help others who have medical costs. I have done a health share policy before, and to be honest with you, it worked great. The way it works is I paid out of pocket for my medical care, and then their system would reimburse me after a very small deductible was met. Because health share isn't actually insurance, like I said, it's not regulated like insurance. So there are some rules that they do not have to follow. For example, they can and do exclude pre-existing conditions. So if you have a pre-existing condition, probably health share is not going to work for you. But for those of you who are healthy and really just want something in place in case you need it, I do highly recommend health share. I did it. It worked great for me. And it really is a very, very good way to transition out of traditional corporate life to something else. There are a lot of pieces to that puzzle. Healthcare is really just one of them. I do have a free handout. It has a whole lot of tips of things that you can do to help transition from the corporate job to your dream life. And if you want that, there's a link to it below. It'll go directly to your inbox. Okay, moving on, there is another kind of new concept for health insurance. It's sort of a blend between traditional health insurance and health share that I just talked about. We have one in Arizona called Redirect Health, and it functions mostly like health insurance. You've got your network of physicians, you've got your traditional deductible, you have your traditional premiums. They are a little bit lower than if you had a regular private policy, but they also do this form of health share. And because of that, they don't really exclude pre-existing conditions, but what they do is they have limits on them or waiting times in order to make claims for them. So again, it depends on the state you live in. It's a blend between health share and traditional healthcare. Again, if you want to look at an example, Redirect Health in Arizona is a good one that you can look at. Now, this next one is for those of you who want to leave your 9-to-5 or corporate job in order to potentially start your own business, which is what I have done. I have my online business. Those of you who follow me know we also have a wonderful sailboat and charter that we run as a business. In doing so, we have a corporation, and that corporation qualifies for corporate health insurance. Now, this is the option in my current stage of life that is the best for us. So what it has allowed me to do is use my corporation that I started and buy a corporate policy. I choose to go with a corporate policy with Cigna, but there are all kinds of choices, and it's actually a lot more reasonable than what we would have had to pay for Marketplace or what a private policy would have been. There's a lot of detail in how we did this. The way that I managed to do this is, and I have a video up here explaining it all, I used some 401k money to start the business. There was no early withdrawal penalty, there were no taxes I had to pay on it, and I used that money to start a business. And now that I have the business, the corporation, I can get corporate health insurance. So if you are interested in that, I do encourage you to watch that video on Rob's. It's called Rollover Business Startup. I have a link to a handout below that also will give you more information. But for us, it has been a home run. All right, well, next you could just go naked. Now, I don't mean naked, well, you could do that if you're on a sailboat in the middle of the South Pacific, maybe. That might be fun. No, I mean, you actually could go without health insurance. I don't recommend that, but it is an option that some people are choosing. Now, you might want to have a big bank account to do that in case something happens. I'll leave that one up to you, but that is a choice some people are making. Like I said, it is no longer federally mandated to have health insurance, but your state may require it, so you should definitely look at that. And then the last option, and this is a little thinking outside the box. A lot of people get healthcare in foreign countries, and you'd be surprised at how good it actually is. Now, we have wonderful physicians here in the United States, but our healthcare system is a little bit broken. There's so much red tape. It is very, very difficult to get things done, and it's very expensive. I know a lot of people that get healthcare in Mexico. You can go down there, get healthcare. People get dental work down there, all kinds of things in Mexico, and they love it. They love their doctors. They love the results they're getting. I also know some people that have actually established some sort of residency in Mexico, and then that puts them within Mexico's healthcare system, and it has worked great for them. My son lives in Costa Rica. He's gotten healthcare there, as has his family, and it's been great, and it's not very expensive. It's about 1/10 to maybe a fourth of what you would pay here in the United States, and they have great physicians. So if you're looking to travel when you do finally leave that corporate job, you really might want to consider that as an option, because the people that I know who have personally done it have had great results. So there you have it, lots and lots of healthcare options that really can help you quit the 9-to-5 corporate grind and get out there and start the life you really want to live. My most important message to you in this video is, please do not let health insurance be a trap. There are other options. You just have to evaluate your own needs. You have to evaluate ways you can negotiate it. And there are a lot of choices out there. And these choices really should open the door for you to be able to go live the life you want. So if this did help you a little bit with those choices, please give the video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And I will see you next time on The Freedom Strategy.